never knew. We never got to know them because the media created another whole support system that they showed us. And that's all the faces that we know. Jesse Jackson, Abernathy, but we never heard about a Reverend Bevel.
Well, I got the brains. I hope she can come up with them.
Yeah, it says he was a minister in 1936.
Yes.
And a leader.
Yes, alongside Martin Luther King.
History maker. Yes, civil rights. Reverend James Luther.
And he started the first march, Black Man Walk. And people don't know that.
Yes, he went to American Baptist College. Okay, he was a civil rights activist.
He was alongside with Martin Luther King. He was
it says right here, it says while in the seminary, Bevel joined the
I know because he was part of my family. I'm the Bevel family, so I know all about it.
Well,
so
that's why I know. Yeah, I'm reading it. It's a very illustrious background.
And a lot of people don't know this.
Yes. They don't know.
They wiped him out of history because he was just as popular as Martin Luther King. So a lot of times, people who is on their side can work alongside with them and follow their rules.
Yes.
Like the Obama put in the White House. Obama couldn't really do what he chose to do.
Well, we know that, right?
You understand? Well, it's the same with that. They're going to always pick a leader that they can control.
Most definitely.
They're not going to get that raw leader that say, no, it's not going this way.
Yes, it says he serves as the pastor of the Hebraic Christian Islamic Assembly.
That's right. And nobody never speak of him.
It's all right.
So tell the people again so they can Google him.
Yes.
Let's bring him from the dead.
His name is Reverend Luther Bevel. And I am looking at the works he did.
Yeah, okay. They put the works.
He marched against the Commissioner Bull Connors, who put the fire hoses and the police dogs.
Yeah.
And all of the things, yes. It's right here. He marched against them for pulling those things out against the children. And these things we don't learn about.
No, you don't learn about it. And so many people, they blocked the real leaders out was alongside Martin Luther King. He was one of the ones pushing Martin Luther King forward. But they're not going to tell you that.
No, because it's definitely not in here. In fact, they made it a point not to make any connection with him. From reading this, you would not know. You would have to have your own acumen to know that if he was part of the Southern leaders Christian leadership.
Yeah, he's interested in it.
Yes,
there's a whole history behind him, how he was ruling and running the whole civil right and
Southern Christian Leadership Conference. If you knew that he was part of that, you knew that he was part of Martin Luther King.
Yes.
Because all of the leaders came out of that period working with that organization.
Okay, folks, you're listening to King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, and we got an echo here. You want to call in tonight, the number to call in the station 718-253-4239, 718-676-0820. Don't forget Sister DeBong, the spiritual reading advisor. And if you want to get me, you have to call me. I'm here, folks. You can call in tonight and call me daily 24/7. Having any spiritual troubles in your life, financial problems, just having things not going good for you, make sure you call me, Sister DeBong. That's 718-253-7273. Again, that's 718-253-7273. Okay, you're listening to King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. I don't think this has got on it at all. And we're gonna make sure that we be able to come back to our guests in the house.
I do want to, because we're talking about Applegate, I want to talk about what happened on January 6th.
Yes, I want to hear that before we go to a break.
Yeah, we want to talk about how many times he organized things in Washington and there never was any damage to the Capitol. They even talked about how after he marched, it was so clean because the people took such care. As opposed to what happened on 1/6, when people went in and destroyed equipment.
Well, you know, my opinion on it, this is just my opinion. I was listening to the show before me, and they said basically the same thing I'm saying. Number one, we built that house. And number two, it's not our house, it's the White House. And just like the gentleman said, the show before us, it's their house. And if they want to go up in their house and put any flag and anything they want to put in their house, they have that right to do. We need to build our own house right here. This is our land. We work the soils on this land to make it comfortable for them and everybody else. So why shouldn't we have a house right there beside their White House, or paint that house half black and white?
So that's never going to happen in America.
Not only is it never going to happen, I just heard some people saying, sure, they going to make it happen.
Yeah, okay. So guess what? I'm going to make you stop. And I'm going to be watching them from Africa. Okay? Because now we're going to bring this up now. Yeah, we start talking about this is our country and all these things. I'm ready now. Yeah, I'm ready now. Okay? So no one will get a fight out of Queen about the blood, sweat, and tears and what we put in this country. I will share this about the God of that Old Testament that changes that. He would say, history repeats itself. Most Black Americans don't even know we had communities in America that had semi-airports, hospitals, schools, businesses. A lot of Black people, period, whether they are from America, visiting America, have now become first generation, second generation Americans. They know nothing about.
They don't get nothing
about Green in Pennsylvania, Black Wall Street. They can't even imagine that.
And we had Oklahoma.
Yes,
that was our big city that they burnt the whole thing down.
So I'm saying this to say, in case anyone's listening and think that I don't appreciate what we've given to this country. However, I know how I got here. No, this is not my country. I understand. And if it wasn't for Dr. Martin Luther King, that's why this is going to come right back to us. Get this clear for everybody that want to say this is the country. Had he not dedicated his life to making sure that we got the right to vote by the Constitution of this country, we would not be able to say this is our country. So since you want to say that, according to the history of the Black American who got the right to vote in 1965, we are actually the first fruits. We're actually the first fruits. We're only 56 years old. We just got the right to vote 50, 60 years ago.
Okay, Queen Makeda, I can understand what you're saying. But if you brought here, first of all, the Blacks was already here. A lot of the Blacks did not come out of Africa. Understand that. They was here. But they would tell you, they shipped them out, a lot of them, to different parts of Africa and then brought them back in the slaves.
So I'm going to do better than that.
Okay, all right.
Better than that. Okay, all right. So I studied at what? SUNY Binghamton. Professors were who? Akbar Muhammad, who was actually the son of Elijah Muhammad that never lived in America and was raised in Africa and studied in Africa, was my mentor because my major was African history. So we want to get technical.
Yeah, let's go. I know.
The man Noah had 3 sons, and it is listed that Ham, Shem, and Shem, stayed on the land. Okay. But that last son, Japheth, it tells you very plainly that his journey took him till he and his people became the Isles of the Gentile. So Black folks, I know they were here. It was nothing but, because no, the Black woman didn't have an Asian kid, a yellow kid, and a Black kid. Noah was Black, his wife was Black, his sons was Black, and their children were Black. Japheth, the third son, the Aborigines will tell you, they're the descendants. This is why when you do your research, that is the religion. I know about this. She got my sons in. Okay, so Japheth, the Aborigines, and haven't just seen the Aborigines got all their land back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, go Google.
Oh, I'm so happy.
The Google. That's right.
I told people I'm gonna get that Google and rewrite some stuff.
This is what we like. And I tell you one thing, at least thank God it's here because we never had it before. And so they can lie about everything. I love it now. But people just be all kind of folks that don't believe whatever. You know, you got that's right. You can ask Siri, what is this? And she tell you, what is his name? What's the name of Jesus, Joshua? I'm telling you, that thing will not lie to you about nothing. So that's what I'm saying to you. I totally agree that there were original black people here. Totally. So if we're going to talk about
so now we don't know if unless DNA discovered
there we go.
Where we originated from, but they consider us all from Africa. But that's not necessary.
No, you're right. Definitely
indigenous black people, black, that never left this land.
And do not.
And they study them in their own language.
Right. And let's say very clearly who are some people we know. You're Native Americans. If you look at
Native Americans,
that's right. It shows you all of the Native indigenous people that was everywhere that they ended up bringing this place. The Creek Indians, all of them.
Yes,
the black people. Equal Georgia had Creek. There's some people, Alabama. There's some of us that know the Indians because, and I apologize for the Indians. I'm 62 and that's how I'm doing. Okay, so for the Native Americans, say Native. If you know what I'm saying, Indians, no, they say the Indians. Wait, the fair skin Indians are like, don't go no Indian, you know.
Oh yeah,
the fair skin Indians. Now, that's a new thing. Oh yes, you know New York, they would call a person. No, you can't go. So I tell them, well, first of all, you ain't even Indians because your ancestors paid $5 to get some land. Okay, and they were killed all the black Indians.
There's no sense to Native Indians out there that's Native Indian. This is my creator, and she got her history. She got her history.
All you gotta do is Google $5 Indian. And the reason why I'm saying that is how
I think it even better than that. Some of the white people wanted the money, and they passed some in.
That's what I'm telling you. They got legally. You Google it. Google $5 Indian, because what you'll understand, they paid $5 to be able to get land in America. You could not buy land if you were not Native American. Google it. So what they did, they paid $5 for a license that said they were Indians, and they were allowed to buy up.
Yes, because sometimes when you see the Caucasian, they say, well, I'm Indian.
Right. That's why I said, if you look it up, you'll see. I'm not, a lot of times people want to say black folks got these conspiracy theories. I'm more black person, I don't deal with conspiracy theories. I make sure it's all researched. I make sure it's all documented and corroborated by reputable sources.
All right, we're going to pay a commercial. DJ, Sister Devon, please. And a testimony. We'll be right back, folks. Okay, so many people out there want to say hello. Shout out, folks out there.
I want to give a shout out to Dr. Linda Hughes of
Shout out to you.
Yes, shout out. I'll see you tomorrow on our interactive with Dr. Hume. I want to thank Dr. Hume for doing the opening of the interactive for Dr. King tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. We're doing the interactive. I'll leave you the virtual.
Okay. Wonderful.
Because what we're doing is just what you're doing. We want people to call in and share. What does his life mean to you? How has his life empowered you? Like for me.
Well, it powers on us because we wouldn't be here where we are today. If whether we're born or what we are, we're here. And we are a legacy of our people. And whoever great out there, we have to Dr. Martin Luther King, Marvin Garvin, don't forget him too.
Well, I won't forget him.
He's up there, but they still have to blend in because they did their own civil rights in their country, which they claim their country, but it's not their country either. Right. America is their land. Because the original blacks that came from where they came started right here. They was taken to different places of the world. Mm-hmm. The big port was here and Barbados.
I know exactly. Sure. So for those that do not know,
well, you were here.
We are talking about the Atlantic slave trade.
Barbados. No, a lot of Haitians don't know South Carolina was Barbados.
The transatlantic slave trade, which is what is historically called when they took these people for hundreds of years and put them in slavery, and it's called the triangular trade for a reason, because it went from Africa, Europe, the Caribbean, and America. And not just America. When we say America, that includes what? Brazil, North, South America, all that. So what I'm saying to other people that wouldn't.
Mike, hey, you're not giving no classes somewhere. You need to get some classes to wake up a lot of people. You know how many people on this Caribbean station listening to you right now? You got to get a show.
Well, you're somewhere between 6,000 and 9,000. I'll be looking at your numbers.
you watch it, baby. Girl, you got me down pat.
That's right. We got to take this show. We're going to make it hot. And you know what happens? I love all my family. There's no one, because first of all, we are all the house of the children of Yahweh. So I am not.
That's right.
Anyone that knows me, I got Caribbean family tell you, no, she don't. She don't hate no Caribbean. Queen wants us to be respectful. We are in America, and we the Black American slave trade.
For us all. For United, for all.
Right. And this is
what I tell the crowd, my Caribbean and my African people, without our Black people here, none of us would be here. So come and join, become one.
Yeah.
Stop the separation with culture and food. Let's all separate by let's feed each other the same food and let's make us one culture. This one culture can bring them together. You keep separating yourself with food and I eat this and I eat that because I'm not this, you're going to continue to prejudice. They do it through culture.
Right. Divisions.
Now, let me explain something to you, Queen Michaela. Don't forget, the white culture got their different cultures like we do. They have their enslavement not harsh the way we was enslaved, but they kept them people in servitude and threw them out the country too.
Who? You talking about wait. Don't be angry about no white people fighting over each other. The slavery that Africans went through is nothing like.
Okay, and I don't know too much about that. I understand it, but I want you to question me one thing.
Yes.
What happened among the Africans with the Africans before slavery?
What happened?
That's what I need to know.
Okay, now, ready?
Yes.
I know. I'm the ball head black. Okay. This is how come there is enmity with some Black Americans talk about, I'm not interested in going home to Africa because they know that they were African chiefs that sold. Okay,
there you go.
Yes, you do. Okay, and this is because we talk about what are the schisms. See, I'm not going home to Africa begging for nothing. I'm going home to Africa with, excuse me, your shoulders, and there is an accountability. You'll have to have plans for the returning of the diaspora. Because how we became the diaspora is because different chiefs of different West African nations.
That's right.
Sold us.
Yes,
And they sold us. They have to. Because it's documented. So just like we talk about white folks, okay?
Okay. So that understand.
We understand.
But I can understand one reason. This is my only coming from me because I don't know. But I'll assume that they sold the ones was trying to enter the country like you was traveling, you was thrown out, you know how they war against each other, they throw you from the tribe and you run, and you coming into another country, they just grab you up and put you on the boat and let you in. I don't think everybody come from the Nigeria. I don't think where they come from, they didn't come from there. They was entering in there and they caught you like a foreigner and give you and sold you. I don't think they sold that people.
And I'm going to actually cooperate. Yes, we're going to cooperate. Because at the end of the day, if you know the history of the children of Israel,
okay,
Yahweh,
they were entering,
let me tell you, because Yahweh was chastising them. So they were, as you said,
entering.
But when we, that's why we want to clear up what the entry was.
Okay.
That they were running from the judgment of Yahweh, thinking. Because remember, when the Messiah went to Egypt, he could blend in, right? So they thought, I'll just roll them down. Let's just say, for example, not you. and just kind of blend in.
And
But the Nigerians knew.
That's why.
And they knew. They were like, oh, no.
We come
You
on,
running
we
against
make us money.
That's right.
We gonna put
Because the prophecy said you guys both get checks out. Now, what we can say is true, and this is how come these days these chiefs' children apologize. They did not know the slavery.
what's going on.
Really tight. They thought it was what we do. See, because I want everybody to know in Africa, and I don't know what's going on in new days, but in ancient days, it did not matter if you started on quote a slave, because you could move all the way up to become king. If you at the destiny don't believe me, then don't tell me the story of yourself. That's what happened to Joseph when he went to it doesn't matter that in Israel he's whatever he was, but that's how the family happened. They had to run down there like everybody else. Okay, God's favor or not. They went running right, asking for food from Pharaoh like everybody else. So I love this. And this is why you have to know your history. Because if you don't know your history, you'll get in these kind of conversations and stuff.
Yeah, you got to know the history. That's why a lot of people don't know. I can't say because I know the tribes was rivals.
Oh,
And if they had to get rid of you, they would get rid of you. And that's the best way to get rid of you. Rile you up, take your family, they didn't have nothing to produce. They couldn't have nothing. So we need that land. Let's put you on the boat. Promise you something, next thing you know, you all danger already done to you.
so this is why when, and this didn't die.
And that's what my chief knew. He played.
Yes, he did. But once those chiefs, and it is
Because I don't believe those chiefs, if they really were,
that's not what I'm saying.
and it was their people,
This is
from their tribe, they would not have done that because that's all family
But I'm
ties.
telling you, they found out even what happened to who they sold.
They felt resentment.
Not only that, they started a movement against the slavery. That was what, oh, yes, they did. Because once again, African slavery, and I'm not talking about no wicked. Wicked is wicked is wicked. But the so-called system of slavery that we talk about looks very different in Africa than it does under white supremacy. Okay? And that, as far as human history is recorded, you want to use the word slave, somebody else might use indentured servant. Somebody else might use whatever. But at the bondsman or bondswoman, the bottom line is the conditions that existed. And I'm going to say it again. How do you think Moses was able to go all the way up to Pharaoh? And his boy was so-called, we don't like so-called story. His mama put him in a basket.
Yeah,
Loaded him up. Don't you understand what I'm saying? It's showing you that in Africa, mobility was not like in white supremacist America. That you could not in no way go from slave to king. In America, the only way you go from slave to king is you kill somebody. And I have no problem. All you gotta do is be on Facebook. I love it. Facebook is doing a whole series on European culture. How nasty they were. No past. They pick all the cultures. So don't get upset with Queen. It's what they're doing. What sanitation was like during the first sales. What it was like at the Louis or something. And these things are important because these are things that children of Europe never were told by their ancestors. So the children that are today think that they're already contribution to civilization. What are you talking about? You were not there. You were not there with the building of the pyramids. You were not there.
Okay, folks, we got to get some commercials instead of commercial, and we'll be right back. Who? Yes, Makeda.
I just want to give a testimony regarding Sister Dubang from 1752 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, for telephone number 718-253-7273. Personally, it's my first time here, and I went to many places and never get results like I did from her. And every single thing that she said is true. I've never met her. She did not even ask my name. And she told me every single thing about my life, and whatever she said is so true. 100% true. That if ever you're trying to come to her, I guarantee you will get very good results.
Are you worried about the future? Have you been crossed? Have spells? Catch cold money? Want luck? Want to love one back? Want to stop nature problems? Want to get rid of street sicknesses? Then call Sister Bob at 718-253-7273. That's 718-253-7273 for a miracle today. When your case seems hopeless, there's hope for you. Sister Yvonne will guide you through. A spiritual healer, reader, advisor, and consultant. Call 718-253-7273. That's 718-253-7273. The miracle of Sister Yvonne.
This message is critical to your personal growth in 29. 718-253-7273. That again, 718-253-7273. Jot this number down in your phone, your iPad, store it on your computer, on a notepad, in a place where you can find it quickly, because at some point you will need it. It's the number for the most popular and most useful reader and advisor in our area. The world famous African reader and advisor, Sister Duval.
That's right. I am Sister Duval, here to help you. What do you want in 2019 or month? Yes, in your career job. Maybe you need a better job. How about reuniting with a loved one? If you've been plagued by illness, bad luck, lack, or heartache, it is time for a change. Don't give up. I'm the African reader dedicated to making a difference in an imperfect world. Call me now for one free question by phone, 718-253-7273, and come see me at 1752 Flatbush Avenue, right at the corner of Avenue J in Brooklyn. And let's make 20 one of the best years of your life.
Make your life a masterpiece. Imagine no limitations to what you can see, what you can do, what you can have, or what you can do. Call Sister Duval now.
Okay, folks, back with Queen Makeda. You want to call in? Oh, we got, you're going to play on this segment? Okay, 10 o'clock. We got on the 1 and 2 right now, we have Tony Dennis. And at 10 o'clock, we're going to have our DJ. You know who it is. I'm not going to even tell you. You're going to have to guess that one. You just hold on. So again, Queen Makeda.
Yes,
So tell us, are you in a place not doing anything, or you got it?
well, let me let you know what happened. Like,
Yes,
when you came in. So I was blessed to meet a woman from Kenya.
Oh, great.
Yes.
My ancestors from there.
Oh, very
Kenya,
good.
yes, I got ancestors from the Queen there.
Oh, very good. Oh, very nice. And so I met this woman, and she sent me. She happens to be well placed in their society,
Yes.
and she's at home back safe. You know, COVID had just started, and she sent me a text or WhatsApp. Look, we could do business with the government, and so she offered me an opportunity.
And they'll complete that because there's a lady from that went there and they set her up but she threw ancestors to find her way. And they made her like queen there because they want people to come in and to build in their country.
Yes.
You know, to come in and to help them.
Yes.
So they were really.
Yeah, so what happened was y'all they multiplied in 4 days and made $1 million deal. And it became a $101 million case. The only problem was this corruption in Kenya.
Okay, we get into that.
Right. Because they gotta help our people.
Yeah, no, they're the one that sent a lot of them to China and India. A lot of them. And matter of fact, shout out to all our blacks out there in India, because so many people don't know they have a whole black community. Indigenous in India.
With all women.
They came from Kenya.
Yes. Yes. I know.
The roots from Kenya.
I know, because the fact that you and I know the ancient root of India.
Yeah,
We do not the people that's sitting on it now. That was there. And your statue was there. I was watching some show. You know how they have, I love Facebook. Facebook is the best thing.
Yeah.
Hey, world. You learn I don't know. You can just stay on
It'll help a hustle get on.
So,
Keep your hustle.
I'm getting ready to get my God station.
You got YouTube. Yeah, you got a person to say, "Oh, I'm gonna do something for you," and you got to go in the back of YouTube and come back and sell your dream.
And that's what people don't understand. That Martin Luther King, his life, his whole thing to direct us, that we can be whatever we want. We got billionaire little black kids now.
Yeah.
They doing amazing things on YouTube. How did Dr. Martin Luther King attack my life? He made me a millionaire. Because he gave me the
And it's very good because our black kids arise.
Yes, they are.
They arise and they do and they learn it fast.
Yes.
They get on and just throw a little salt and
That's
honey.
right. They all. So this is my youngest granddaughter.
Oh, yes,
And,
I know.
her siblings are very talented.
Okay,
And I'm gonna tell you, grandmothers out there that got them grandchildren making your money on YouTube. I've been trying to get mine to do something, make a cookie, do something, paint a picture. Let's do a YouTube live. She used to like to smile. I'm like, let's do smile. Maybe we'll get a million views.
you know, these young kids, they ain't like us. They take that time.
See, that's what.
They take that time. You think they can have all the talent in the world. You would not get nobody to do it.
They ready to do it, right? So this is why I'm the mom. I'm ready to do my own YouTube.
You like me. I can't wait on nobody no more. I'm gonna learn how to do everything myself and do it.
I'm giving a shout out to my nephew, Hashan McFarlane. He's going to help me. He said to me, we thought about this virtual because my nephew doesn't vote. He doesn't agree with the voting part. I just wanted him to understand this is your elder that took us from invisibleness and put a face on us. And so he texted me the wee hours in the morning, Auntie, I will do this. I will continue the work of grassroots organizational unions that Dr. King did not get to finish because he was assassinated. And I'm so happy for that nephew. I want to give him a shout out.
We want to give a shout out to him too. All right.
No, well, hold on. I want to ask y'all a question, right? Because I was listening to the show on my way here, right? And since the day is Martin Luther King's, well, it's not really today, it was the 15th. But they're going to celebrate it today because, like Sister Mom said earlier, because it's a Monday. And Sister right here, she said, yes, the first Monday of the week. So, yeah. So, I want y'all to answer this, right? If Martin Luther King was still alive right now and he see what's going on with the police situation with us, sorry to say, but us black people, what would have been the outcome? I know you'd have fought more, but to your opinion, what would have been the outcome? Then not everybody I just got here, DJ Clive or it. So I just want to ask some questions to my two sisters real quick.
What would have been the outcome of
Yeah.
this situation now?
Yeah, just like the guy that they choked.
Well, the outcome is the way he was thinking as a Southerner.
Eric Gardner.
Eric Gardner.
No, Eric Gardner, and then we have the other one, George Floyd.
You know what he would do? He would tell everybody to stand up and fight.
And the sister, she was a cop. And the cops went in there.
He would launch a protest and tell you to take over.
I agree because if we do, my brother, yes, this peaceful man that all the people these days want to come put this dub on him. If we remember those last speeches, he said, I fear I have entered my people into a burning house with this integration. He really saw where this was headed. And he knew it's going to be the same thing.
It's going to be the same thing because we'll get into the DNA one day, and I'll take you there. How things can't change until the DNA is changed.
Yeah.
Because Uncle Tom is in the blood of many blacks.
Talk about it.
Okay?
I want you to Google one time. Wait, we got to stop calling him one time. I learned that, bro.
That's not your uncle.
Uncle Tom actually was a Black Panther. Google it. He actually prevented and stood up for black women getting raped.
I did not know.
See how they do it?
They
I know it. I know I felt so bad, my brother, because of all the Uncle Tom. If you Google it, you will find out that he was a champion of black women getting raped, and he was standing up.
Okay, Sister, now I got another question to ask you, and Sister Devon. Remember when Bloomberg was mayor for New York?
Yes, we do.
What was the one thing that he did to us that stopped him frisk? That was embarrassing. That was disrespectful. That was crazy. Now, if Martin Luther King was here, I know you'd have made a speech about it. But what force would he have made it to make it stop? Like, you cannot stop it because at the end of the day, they stopping black people and Hispanic people.
But you fail to understand. We have a leader like him, but he's getting weak. Al Sharpton.
Thank you. Thank you. You just nailed it. Thank you. He is. Oh, somebody look like they want to say that.
No, I'm not going to co-sign that. Do you not know that Al Sharpton tried? No. Do you not know that he tried to set up and have a shot to call from Cuba?
Wow.
The government let you know. He outlawed $200,000. He was willing to pay to get that woman that Castro kept alive, that his brother is keeping alive, and that she's still alive today.
That's bad.
That's very bad. And trust me, I don't do street. So Al, if you're listening out there, it's Queen Makeda that was crowned by Queen Condensate Queen Mother Moore, who told you to support me and help me go through the people. And you did. But I didn't need your help because I had Yahweh. But what I'm saying to you is, it is Google. Google it.
Well, we know that, understand. I understand the traitor part he did, but there's some parts where he do try to stick his hand out until they get control of him and stop it. What he's known to do, go in and work with you, and then all of a sudden everything disappears.
Yeah, but then that's bad. Because he's supposed to be working for us.
Well, he's working a little bit.
He's working for us.
He don't want to get killed. He took a couple bullets too. You know?
All right, like I heard earlier before, somebody was talking about Obama, and they say that Obama had to go through Congress and all of that. Like, Al Sharpton,
you have to.
But Al Sharpton, he just the picture in the front for us. But we don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
We do know. Nothing gets stopped.
Behind closed doors, you can't talk.
Everything get closed down.
Yeah, and that's bad.
But at least it calms the world down for a while. Put it that way, and it starts right back again the next year.
Yeah, right. So that's what they're trying to stop. What cannot be stopped, which is the prophecy that we shall rise as a people, and then we shall get our due. Okay, so I agree with you. That's why it gets a little quiet because they put that little what I call sweet dust on. Okay.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Sweep it under the mat.
And have we not seen our babies?
Yes.
So you cannot. When you have two, I watch the 2 and 3 year olds. I'm not even talking about the 5 and 8 year old.
Yeah.
The 2 and 3 year old black children, whether they black Caribbean, black African, or black anything, they are not happy.
Oh no.
No, they're not having it. No, you're not going to be
the younger generation, they ain't having it at all.
You're not going to be able to tell them about she earned that much and she might. It ain't going to happen.
Okay.
I love what I see. I explain to people that believe in Deuteronomy 28 for total law slavery. And I tell people it was because we were under a curse. We are not under that curse. So everyone in the world understand you are actually seeing black people for the real first time because they were under a chastisement.
All right.
They're not under that chastisement.
All right. But listen to this.
They woke up.
Yes, they did.
They woke up. But if they don't go back to sleep, because some people don't want the truth.
Well, they go.
But listen to this. But hold on, listen to this. We got 2 more days. Do you know what that 2 more days is for?
Oh yeah,
I
inauguration.
know.
Oh yes, 2 more days.
Well, I was thinking that different than me.
Well, first,
Well, I was
understand.
saying, Sister Devon, you 100% right.
You don't
You're
need
100% right.
And if Queen can throw something in here, okay, I'm going by that timetable of tribulation.
Yeah.
No, the 7 years. So either we're in the first rehab, which was strong,
Yeah.
and then if that's so, it means the next 3.5, we best to get out of here. Okay. And here's one other thing. Let me just say something. And all of those,
I'm on my way
all
to
of
freedom
those,
land.
all
I'm
of
on
those.
my way to freedom land.
See, I
But you know, I
know.
just discovered what they meant when they said it was on their way to freedom land.
Go ahead. They was talking about it.
I understood that by the other day, watching the rich go to this bank called Freedom Bank.
There you go.
And the way that they took all the money, they set up this bank with a black man in head of it, and all these people put their money in the bank. They said, on my way to Freedom Land, on my way to Freedom Bank. And they were putting their money in the bank and lost all that money.
Sis, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
We got 2 more days for the
transition.
Okay. I feel, to me, right? I could be wrong. Great, I could be wrong, right? But I feel it will be a better.
Anybody want to call in 718-253-4239, 718-676-0820. Don't forget to call Sister Devon. That's 718-253-7273 for your appointments tomorrow. We're going to continue this talk show tonight because we're enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, let's hear some music.
Queen Lakia. Give her a little music, a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And then,
Then we gonna hear this.
yes, then we come.
See, this is so beautiful. You got them all back. They're so great. Yes.
All right, let me hear you. Click.
Each part of the Bible chapter. Maybe you are alone. God, you really never be so good down with Peter. Y'all are up in the morning. And y'all are still on the chapter. You never seen a monkey possible one. You never seen a monkey possible one. Y'all are dead and woman. I want to reading stuff. A beautiful woman. I'm gonna keep rather happy to the one that I'm baby, I will be love. Y'all must y'all make a woman. I did it. wanna pull up. Now simple things. Oh, I wanna pull up every night. Right now. You have a girl? I mean, simple. I thought we're going
BrooklynStation.com. BrooklynStation.com.
To the live station. The live station on the Queen. See the next time on Facebook or Twitter. Share. KingandQueenRadio.com 93.5 FM.
Now simple things. Oh, I wanna pull up every night. Right now. You have a girl?
He's Queen right now. He's Queen right now. He's Queen right now.
Represent the DJ Blackboard. Nia.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history
He's Queen right now.
in the history of our nation. Five years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a red beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have agreed that one day this nation will rise up, live up to meeting with its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
BrooklynStation.com. BrooklynStation.com.
All right, King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, WVIP 93.5 FM. And this is a celebration with Queen Makeda Martin Luther King Day. And we want to celebrate his birthday here at King and Queen Radio at Brooklyn Station, WVIP 93.5 FM. Queen Makeda, did you ever live in the South?
I never lived, but I definitely have visited.
Okay, because if you was in the South during this time, it was one of the, I can't say, the changing of the South. I was in there during that time when black people could finally come from downstairs from the movie and come downstairs and sit downstairs. And the turning point of segregation, how a lot of blacks in the South, when they was marching, a lot of the families was telling you, don't go because they're going to lose their way with the white people.
Wow.
So they was in certain areas allowed to march along with the black people.
Wow.
Because if you did, you stand a chance. Not only that, you hang is something that happened to you.
Yeah.
I came from a state down there where it was really, really, totally white American, which the word cracker to them is not a discrimination.
Right.
It's a word that means a what.
Yes.
A cracker mean a what.
Okay.
And they used to say the cracker coming among themselves. That's a proud thing. Redneck among whites is proper to say.
Yes.
That's identification. That's identification. And they're very proud of being a redneck.
Yes.
You understand? So it's a totally different. So when I was during the time of the South, I lived with my mother, God bless her, which was a Cherokee Indian.
Okay.
Stepmother, but she
Right.
was. And by me living with her, she was stuck between black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And being an Indian. It was a disgrace to be an Indian, number one.
Okay.
You know, being that Cherokee Indian or being an Indian, it was considered not something to be.
Okay.
So it was being discriminated against. So it's a thing of living there, seeing the changes where she was so afraid she couldn't go no longer to her white people and get her job and wash their clothes and do things anymore because a lot of the people who was poor lost their position.
Yes.
So during that march of freedom wasn't good for everyone.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The towns, the big cities
Yes.
had it good. Those people in the country, half of them had mixed it with those whites.
Oh.
So they was like stuck in there, don't know what to do.
Right.
So a lot of them had to flee and come to the north.
Okay.
So that's why you see a lot of the southerners in the north here, New York.
So they did, they have that period documented that when, as we were speaking, the Emancipation Proclamation, and that the ancestors literally walked from the south to the north.
Yeah.
Because they were literally murdering us.
Yes.
And they were in the night.
And they were literally from the trees.
Yes.
You had to jump in the ditches and stuff.
Yeah.
But you would always knew they was coming because they yell and scream when they come. And they do they coming around them curves in those pickup trucks. You knew they was coming.
Yes.
So you got in the woods of wherever you didn't care about the moccasin, the snakes, or whatever it was. You had to get out the way.
Yes.
So it's a struggle when you see the world that people can really rejoice as one. You don't want to keep it, and the new generation, what I discovered with the new generation, like your granddaughter, they really don't care about it. They don't care about none of that history of the past.
That's true.
And they would tell you, I don't want to hear it. That's your life. I hear from a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't understand that was because of you. If they say that's your life, that's why you're here.
They don't think that way. They absolutely
And that's bad.
It is.
Because nowadays,
they wiping it out. I hear a lot of them even around me. That's slave days. We don't talk that. We're not interested in that.
one thing I could say, right?
That's
is that,
prejudice. The first thing is that's prejudice.
yeah.
You're being discriminated. And they would tell you that.
But
Because in a way you can understand their mentality. You have to go how they think. They didn't live it. They don't know nothing about it. It didn't happen to them. And that's your life. It ain't their life. We was rebelling. We was rebelling too with the Indians. I know I was.
Well, I'm really glad for the historical black colleges.
Yeah,
And I'm really glad for the black youth that do take their opportunity because they're not saying that. They, on the other hand, are literally at the UN and at Congress going for the reparations. Those are the young people I'm hanging out with.
Well,
The ones that,
that's the good.
yeah, like, what we need to
But
do.
these little ones,
No.
They don't want to hear.
Yeah, they don't care.
That ain't no problem.
They-
One thing I make, once they make $1, they don't care about nothing else.
Nothing else.
They don't know their history.
They don't care
Nothing.
about it. They don't care about it.
Right.
They don't care about each other. They shoot each other down. So
Yeah.
what history do to them?
But one thing about me, right? If I can change the hands of time, Black History should not be in February. The reason why I say that because that's the shortest month. Like,
Not to mention cold.
yeah, we need something like December, like 31 days of history. The shortest month. Y'all gave us.
You know, I never even thought of that.
It
Well,
is.
They come to show again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that if we look at what Carter G. Woodson was dealing with, okay, like we keep looking from hindsight to back then. Baby, back then you didn't tell them what they give you.
Yeah, you just
You had to fight.
Yeah, fight for it.
But you had to fight for something.
And it ain't dead.
Right. And they gave
They
you a
killed her.
All right.
You got
So
killed.
you're 100% right. So they gave us February just to hush us all right. Yeah.
Carter Woodson said that's better than nothing. We had
Okay,
nothing.
wait. Now, let's take it to the Hispanic. Why do the Hispanic get a whole 31 days?
Oh, that's a good question. That I can't even answer you.
You know I gotta answer everything.
Yes, you do.
Wait. Their month, wait a minute, is actually, they don't get the whole month of September.
They don't?
The Hispanic Heritage Month is from September 15th to October 15th.
That's a whole month. 15 to 30 days.
I got you. Now, let me also tell you something about the Hispanic Heritage Month, okay? As a parent leading for Rockaway, my Black self advocated for Hispanic Heritage Month. And my parents know I had Zip parents of Hispanic heritage fight to get the recognition. I fought that they get
Well, we
Hispanic
want to congratulate you on that.
and I say that because our Black babies have the whole month. So when they come in September, they're supposed to have a Hispanic heritage ceremony, but they don't. They, see what I'm saying? But as always, on the shoulders of Black people. So when you say how they come, they don't get it. I want you to also know they make it a month, bro, but it's nobody celebrating.
Okay, but now listen to this, right?
Now, what happened if the other races decide? Remember, other races are minority too. The
Okay.
Jews are minority. Whether you like it, believe it or not, look at the color white. There's Black Jews too.
Okay.
There's some Safari Jews. Do
Okay.
they deserve a holiday?
Well, they have their own
Let me speak. That's right.
They have their own holiday.
Let me speak up, okay? We don't want your holiday. Okay, we got Yahweh's holiday.
Yeah, they got their own holiday no matter what. And their holiday is long. My holiday is very, very long. They, no disrespect.
Brothers,
but
it's very long.
Their holiday is very long. But sis, real quick, right? All right. Hispanic are Black, no matter what.
No, they're not.
No.
I'm not going to allow you to say that.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not. They have European blood, and I'm
That's
not
right.
going to sit here and allow you, with
That's
what
right.
we look like, to say Hispanics are Black. They are not. Now, if you want to go through that,
They got Black. They got a couple of Black
right,
people in that mix.
but they are not African people. With African DNA. African. And let me let you know, you get you some real Hispanic Latinos, they will look you in your face and tell you, I am not Black. So we're talking about.
You see, like this is a different time of era because the ones that I know, they like, yeah.
They only green it.
That's right, because when they get home behind the doors, they talk about the green task. Okay? So don't you even believe it, bro. And I believe it. You know why? There are certain things that I'm not going to allow only because the racism that they have against us is real. Now, you don't believe it? Let one of them move your name to it. I'm talking about Hispanic, Latino as it goes. What happens? They get one apartment. The next person in the apartment, and slowly, the Black people move out of that area. I can show it to you all in New York. They do not allow us to enter into their community.
Okay, you enlighten me tonight.
Oh, yes, we can go see what's going on.
No, it's not only Hispanic, it's all other races. They are not allowed to go in their neighborhood and find a way to get shot.
Wow.
And Brooklyn is one of the places, one of the roughest, prejudiced places I find in the world. The other places, they mingle together. But Brooklyn, try going over there in
Dumbo.
Oh yeah, you can't move double. Downtown Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
Under the bridge.
They
Oh
done
nah.
gentrified all that stuff.
That's what you want to get it gentrified.
I understand all like that.
They got pigs on a leash. They got pigs on a leash over there.
Oh Lord,
It's true. I get the vibe Madam Bong wants everybody to get along.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
Well, Queen McKay is going to tell you that is not prophecy.
You tell us.
That's right. Prophecy is, right? Prophecy is my dad is coming and his brother and his son to vindicate what happened to their little black woman children. Because I'm so happy that all forgive all the people. Me and my people, we have not. My ancestral mothers, I wake up hearing their screams of being raped.
That's why I love
And I'm telling you straight out, don't you dare, McKay. Don't you dare make pacts with them.
Yeah.
This is what they did to me. And excuse me, you a black man.
Yeah.
You would not have wanted none of them Spanish, French, and anybody else, man, buck raping your behind like they did your ancestors. You hear me?
You
So all I'm saying, I love Madame DeBon because Madame DeBon is fair. She allows everybody to take their position. And she already know if you start with Queen, you're black ancestors. Madame DeBon,
I have to light up Queen McKay.
All right.
yes, bro.
I got a question, right?
Yeah.
Now, sister, say if you was president, what would you have changed right now?
If I was president, the first thing I would do is I would give the children of the transatlantic slave trade in America their reparations. That's the first thing. This country has given reparations to Jews. America did nothing to the Jews. America didn't put them in the ovens. America didn't do nothing. But America has paid them. Wait, excuse me. America has paid them for what they went through in Germany.
Hold on. I got this straight now.
Excuse me. No, you ain't saying nothing. This is my major.
Blacks was also in the
I'm coming
Constitution
with you. I'm coming with you. But first, I want to say what they did. Because when you hear Madame DeBon, wait, Queen, they paid them that did nothing.
Well, what happened to
Like, no, you know, now I'm gonna tell you why Queen is gonna get hers. You ready? In 2019, in Congress, they finally established that lynching is a crime. So I've been doing my research. They claim that why we have not gotten reparations, ready? It's because no one has declared what happened to us a crime. It was a crime. It was declared a crime what happened to the Japanese. It was declared a crime what happened. It was declared a crime what happened to the Indians. But it has not. Wait a minute. So now that, I'm going to tell you how we can do it now. Now that, and look what happened, 2019, Congress finally passed a resolution saying that lynching is a crime. Now we can take America to the UN on the World Court because so many people were lynched and so many people were tortured. So this is this. I'm just telling you the logistics of why they claim that we have not gotten reparations, because what happened to us was not declared a crime. But now that lynching has been declared a crime.
Now, I want to just ask you a question. Do you think it's possible that they don't want to get expiration because they know that through raping our ancestors, they created a whole new breed of blacks, which has the same DNA that they have, and they feel like, well, since you got the same as us, you part of us now, so I don't owe you anything because you got part of our ancestors.
So I just love that you brought that up, because if you Google, you will find out that only out of the 100% of black people to this date, only 6% even have any children outside the race.
Oh yeah, I did not know that.
Right. Me neither.
So not all black Americans was raped.
No, they was not. Okay.
So they don't. So that's why I see a lot of them get DNA is 99%.
There you go.
It's almost 99%.
That's right, Mom, because we want to prove that even though we got beat and everything, we did not.
Not all of them was raped.
That's right. And that's the seed that they're looking for, the ones that are 99%.
9%.
And you know that's for you for.
Yeah.
Well, we're sorry you said it on the airwaves because they'll be looking for you. But yes,
That's a good thing to bring up because I was saying, well, how can you, if your great grandfather, even though it was raped,
Right.
he's still
Right.
from the white generation.
Now, this is the
You know,
other thing.
you can't deny that
Right.
even though it was rape. It's
Right.
like somebody raped you on
That's
the
right.
street. You
That's
don't,
right.
you ain't gonna claim it, but that child is born still part of that family, and
That's
it's
right.
still family to that rapist.
That's right. And the other thing is,
So maybe that's why they don't want to give the restoration because but now you prove something to me.
Mhm.
Not everybody.
Mhm.
There are few blacks
Mhm.
here that came from Africa
That's
and
right.
was not in a whole line of
that's right. And then remember, after 1890 in America, they did not bring slaves from nowhere else. Not the Caribbean, not Africa, not nowhere. So what they did, Mama, they just had us having our own babies among themselves. And you know it because you go in other parts of the country, you literally see someone that looks exactly like you.
Yes.
And that is not a coincidence. If you really take in that from 1890 until 1965, when we got the right to vote, because you know we were still living like slaves back then.
Wow,
All that time. That's right. And how it happened was one day I just got so tired of seeing the images on TV of us with this one, that one. I mean, I was like, I'm not mad at nobody to make their personal choice. I just was wondering why I keep seeing this image, of us and someone else, and not us and us. You watch commercials lately, you're gonna notice, wait a minute, where's the black family? Why there's always another ethnic with the black family now? Like if the man is white and the woman is brownish brown. Yeah, look at it. They don't show me and you this color with me and you kids and me. That's not the image portrayed on TV.
Well, because the consumers won't buy,
and they right, because that's right. Well, they say
they're only going to do that on things with insurance,
okay,
funeral flowers,
yeah, right,
things that they know black products,
right.
But hair products.
I got you.
But any other thing is.
But that's what made me look up those statistics. I said, well, how many of us is? And when I saw, I said, oh my God, who cares about 6%? There's still 93% of us that love being with us. That does not go outside the race.
Wow.
I was shocked by the month because over there on TV, they think everybody's doing it. But when I actually Googled it to get the statistics, does not support it. And that's why we're going to come to what? That vaccination. You know we were coming around to that.
Well, let's talk about it. Folks, you're listening to KingandQueen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. And on this Martin Luther King Day, we got Queen Makeda, welfare. Give us a little bit of history about you, Queen Makeda, so people can know that you're not just a person come off the street,
right?
Here
saying this, right? Like I'm a queen, part of the, and I have no problem with you sisters that declare yourself queens. Only that is not having you a queen. You cannot be a self-declared queen. Okay, and really nice if you got little church orders, but church orders can't make queens either. Okay, it goes much more extensive than that. And so what I want to say is that I was blessed because I actually never got to walk with this woman until I got crowned. But what happened was, I am Queen Makeda, and I have this long history of being daughter of Yahweh. And knowing Hebrew and the ancient languages, I have this long history of studying since I was a child. Books, and then going on to college and making that my major. Mm-hmm. I was blessed to go to Egypt, Kemet.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
I actually did. Mama, when I go back now I know how I got crowned with Queen Mother Born. Because when my father Yahweh took me to Kemet, he took me to Karnak, the throne of Ra.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, I didn't know all that wonderful stuff that was happening. And of course, he floated me down the Nile. And of course, I met an Israeli general who told me on my way coming back that he would show me where Moses got the Ten Commandments and not on the Torah group. And after that, went to Israel and got dumped in the Jordan. in the white garment,
that was
in the Hebrew name. So no, I did not go down and go Jesus, because that is not his son's name.
great.
And I went down to the Yahweh Yahshua.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And when I came back and all this, as soon as I got off the plane and went home, something told me to call the Ethiopian Orthodox Catholic Church. That's what I knew.
Mhm.
Mama, do you know I ended up getting the phone number to the Ethiopian Orthodox Coptic Church of North and South America?
Oh yeah.
Yes. And out of that, that's how I met Queen Mother Moore.
I want to say something. I really believe they say that either the Ark of the Covenant and Moses, the tablets and things like that is in Ethiopia.
Now, my brother, can I
I've
say
heard
something to you?
that honestly.
Now, can I say to you, so I can make you smile? Yes, it is, and people will be seeing this soon. But I want to say this to you: that's the order that Queen Mother Moore, at that time, His Imperial Majesty, made her order a sign out of that same church that you're talking about.
Yes,
That church is what? St. Mary Zion.
yes.
Right. And that's the order that I'm crowned in. And His Imperial Majesty himself created this line for us. He came to Harlem in 1956. Everyone knows this. He said he had a vision that out of Harlem was going to come the people that was going to bring the children back home. He said he saw this. And this is why he took Queen Mother Moore and made her the founding matriarch. There was no Taino church here yet. Those ministers defected from the original order. The original order by His Imperial Majesty. And at that time, Apula Gabriel Christos was to come to America, establish the synod of the Coptic Church in Harlem. Then you had priests that defected. You know why they defected? Because they wanted us to be adherents, but they didn't want us to come to the throne. But His Imperial Majesty wanted us to not only become adherents, but to have the opportunity to go all the way to the throne.
Okay, Queen Makeda, through me not having much knowledge,
Right.
I like to acquire knowledge.
Yes.
I just want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Selassie,
Yes.
where do he fit in? Does he fit in that same order that you are?
Yes. Because, you ready?
Because the Jamaican, we have a strong Jamaican audience listening to you right now. A lot of Rastas and a lot of people out there listening to you. Shout out to all the Jamaicans, all the West Indians out there listening to us right now. We got Queen Makeda, and I know you love Selassie, Hail Selassie. And give us some information.
So let's talk about His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm so happy I'm not Rasta, and I say that because Hebrew Israelites is the people. Okay, that's what's in the book. The children of the 12 tribes, they are called Hebrew Israelites. Okay,
Which is the Nigerians, certain part of
certain part,
Igbo.
Igbo. Right, and I love that because that's right. The Igbo, because you know they're all throughout Africa. You know, in Ghana they have the Tui people that say, you know, okay. So His Imperial Majesty was truly an unbroken line of kings, like he said. How do I know that? Because in the book, the Hebrew book, the so-called Old Testament, it is written that David would never want to have a king sitting on the throne. So when His Imperial Majesty told you, I am an unbroken line of kings, all the way from Sheba, from David, up until this day. This is the importance of Ethiopia. And I know that my brethren out there, they're going to be telling you, she's not lying, she's telling the truth. Because this part they cling to, that His Imperial Majesty was an unbroken line of kings. Not only that, he is the proof that Yahweh left one of the 12 tribes in the land. So Ethiopia is not the entire house of Yadaha that you're called Judah, but it is the throne came through history. Because Ethiopia never went through
And that
slavery.
amazes me too with
Ethiopia never went through slavery.
no war, no slavery, no
Never went through slavery.
how did they get through that?
I am telling you, if you believe that the God of that Bible is their God that put them the whole other 12
Now,
in
who
slavery.
is this God? So people
So
know.
everybody knows, you all know, Yahweh. We don't have to go through this. The Nigerians, when I say we don't have to, I'm saying
want them to learn. You bring in school to people, they need to know.
Well, one thing I love about my Caribbean people, let me tell you something about my Caribbean people. They know Yahweh, okay? Because they held on to that what? Job. They held on.
So the job,
but the problem was,
make us understand the difference between Yahweh and
job. So what happened is, baby, you're out there. Come on. This is 2021. There is no J in the Hebrew language. If I wanted to say Jesus as a Hebrew, I could never say it because it is not in my language. Okay? So, there is no job. It's how
maybe it's a
no
joke.
God.
Maybe it's a joke with me.
Go ahead.
I always thought the job come from Jamaica. Jamaica.
No.
J.
Ready?
Job.
You ready? It would really be Jamaica. But let's it would. Just no.
Right.
Just like with the right? Let me explain, mommy. Ready? When the Europeans had two eyes together to distinguish one eye from another, they would add a little tail. No, it wasn't even a J. It was a little tail. And this is in this stuff. And that tail became the letter J. They will tell you it's right there. See, people must know that Yahweh is all about knowledge. This is how do people say it? I don't even know.
So now going back to it, why is Jah a masculinity instead of feminine?
Now you ready?
Okay.
You know I got you, right? Okay. Ready? Yeah. Like this one. You gonna like it too. Ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna show you how bad Yahweh is.
Okay.
The letters is what? Yah, Ha, right? You know YHWH, right? Ready? Yah, Ha, YH. We're going to do the 4 letters, the consonants. We ain't doing no letters. We doing YHWH. You know the 4 letters, right? You ready for this? This is definitely a very heavy night. YHWH. Everybody say Yahweh. Now, hear me clearly, y'all. Because when you'll hear this name and how to say it, and if you run around playing with this, you're going to see your own demise. Yah, Ha, Wah, Ha. That's the feminine. It is a mystery.
No masculine.
It is a mystery. It is a mystery. We say Yahweh. Listen to me. But the 4 letters actually say Yahweh.
It's
Yahweh.
It's one spirit.
There you go. That is both masculine and feminine. So when you do the Yahweh, when you say Yahweh, you talking about the Holy Spirit. It's the straight. Blasphemy against the Son, blasphemy against the Father will be forgiven, but blasphemy against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven.
I understand that clearly.
You got me?
So folks don't play with that name.
Don't play with that one. Yahweh stuff. So this is why people say Yahweh, Yah. You want to be safe? Stick with Yah. You can't go wrong. Because they asked Moses asked, who shall I say? And he said, say Ayah. Ashara. Ayah, Ashara, Ayah. I will to be what I will. And that means Ayah, Ashara, Ayah. Ayah, Ashara, Ayah. Means I will to be.
All right, folks, we're going to give you a little music and get Queen Katie a little break because, boy, she gave us some school here tonight. Martin Luther King special for Queen Makeda that come here, and a blessing to her and her family, each and every one, and a blessing go out to all of y'all out there from Yahweh.
Hey, I take it to I'm not good at one night. But I give you love to some just a man. These nights that I see no, I don't want to leave from your own hand. Oh, won't you let me? Oh, you, oh, me. I love you. I'm my brother. Yeah. Mama, I love you. Yeah. You know me. Yo, I gotta give you thanks and praises. Straight from my heart. Every time that you live. Straight from the start. You put me out with your baby. Straight from my heart. Mama, I love you. Yeah. Oh, mama, I've been searching for the right friends since 18 for so long. To the space you was gone on. The emotional connection we got. The love I give yet again. Before I was born up to the time of there.
Sister Duba, she is a spiritualist you can find. Help you with money problem, love problem, sickness or bad luck. Call her now. She waiting to help you. 718-253-7273.
Mama, don't worry. Yo, God.
Hyperphone representing for DJ Flyboy. Me.
Man got the right to decide it. Own destiny. And in this judgment period, no partiality.
Hyperphone representing for DJ Flyboy. Me.
We'll fight this little struggle. Cause that's the only way we can overcome a little trouble. Brother, you're right, you're so right. We gon' fight, we love to fight. We gon' fight, we gon' fight all night. Oh yeah. Well, like a master. It was a buffalo soldier, in the heart of America. Stolen from Africa, brought to America, fighting America.
Representing for DJ Flyboy. Me.
If you know your history, then you would know where you're coming from. Then you wouldn't have to ask me. Ooh, yeah, you would think I have just a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. Stolen to Africa, brought to America. Yeah, yeah. Until the philosophy which owns one race superior and another inferior.
Yeah. Yes.
And permanently discredited.
Today we celebrating Martin Luther King on his earth strong.
It's all right. That until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation. That's right. Until the color of a man's skin is no more significant than the color of his eye. That until the basic human rights are equally.
Since today we celebrating Martin Luther King Day, right? I'm tired of all my sisters crying out for the kids. Hear why?
The dream of lasting peace.
A mother is not supposed to bury her child. A child's supposed to bury his mother. Hear why, lady? Hear why?
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
Hyperphone representing for DJ Flyboy. Me.
When we used to
It's Zina.
You need a spiritual advice, you just call in my life. You just say what your mind and your body.
Let's talk cars. Let's talk cars. Celebration going on to everybody on WVIP 93.5 FM. Enjoy the party. Let's go. We are the Martin Luther King Jr. There we go. Shout out all the Jamaicans. Let's go. Let's go. All our people out there. Let's go down south.
Come on, to my brethren from the Caribbean.
All the Christians out there, let us rock and roll. Let's go.
Hey, K Birdie, we ain't forgetting about you. We ain't forgetting about you, Sister Deborah. Summertime, oh, what the right summer, in this get up, stand up for your right. That's what time it is. Get up. This is the last go back. You're right. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. You got to be willing to stand up for something. Don't give up the fight. Preacher, I don't tell me it. Heaven is under the earth. Oh yeah. I know you don't know. I say it right here. It's really worth it. Hey! It's a call that is a soul. Hey! It ain't never been told. So now you see the light. Hey! Yeah, this time we get the dance. We got our drums. I don't want to wait for your love.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait in bed.
Come on. Yeah, I got to see Bob Marley in person. I was blessed. I was blessed with my first seed, and I saw Bob Marley at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, yeah.
I had my red, gold, and green, and my belly was this big. I was so proud.
Oh, God bless you, girl. God bless you. I hope you folks out there enjoying the day with us out there.
Dr. Martin Luther King
God bless
Jr.
all the ones out there in the nursing home, the sick, everybody that we can cheer up.
We love you. We love you. We love you.
And respect your history. It's not gone. And we got some museums and places where you can check things out. You got any?
Yes, we do. We got the African Burial Ground right down there where the tax building is. 26 Federal Plaza. Our ancestors are there. The bodies, remember Madame DeMarco? Yes, girl, they done built a whole monument to them. With a theater. 2020 out of the African Burial Ground.
My
Then you go down yes, seven roads. So you ain't even got to go to Africa. You can go right down to 26 Federal Plaza.
My way.
Yes, right. That's right. And they have a whole theater where you see a little theater and they got a whole bunch of artifacts to show you. You go down to that.
Okay, now
Okay, now we ain't going to that's what I'm saying. I was paying stuff. Okay, folks, don't get upset with Queen.
All right, let's get the Queen on.
All we gonna say, come on. Well, I'm gonna say this much. I'm very happy for the young. I'm very happy for her and for her struggle in this country to have the seat that she has. I will say that for Kamala Harris. Now,
Well,
what she did.
let's go and see what some people say. You know, they say at the library they had those three. There's two women standing and one sleeping.
Okay.
They say that's her rising up. That she finally waking up. That means our black women are coming.
Okay,
up.
well, I ain't gonna go for that. She's Indian and she's Jamaican, and I'm just saying, I understand the Jamaican part, but she had 99% Indian DNA. Her family is Indian. Her father is Jamaican. You having one ancestor come give you some DNA, baby, it was thousands of years before you got to this person. See, it's different if a person has black DNA running through their family, but no, boo, you the first one.
Well, they make it true.
No,
They
I'm
say
talking
East Indian.
I'm just telling you, yeah, keep not me. Okay, so she's
So what is it about the mayor, a Chinese mayor coming to New York? That's right.
Chinese man. He ain't gonna make it. Why? He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it. I'm not even playing. I'm glad you said that because it's Paul Rockaway. You brought up something because I'm telling you, you're right. Yes, I am. We have a special race because my councilman is now the Queen's president. First time in history, mama. First time a black American male has made it to the borough president of Queens.
And what is his name?
His name is Donovan Richards King.
Okay.
So we usually get council, so there's a special election. That's why I'm saying you open up something. I'm about to make you laugh. Right? Yo, listen, mama got me off the Chinaman quick. Okay. Well, we moving on.
The Chinaman moving all over.
Listen, your audience already know she got somebody else here. Yes, I do. Let me tell you what it is. So the Council District 31 is made up predominantly of 68. This is the number. 68% Black American. Now this is a special election, right? Yeah. You think we take it, right? You know, somebody told me that this Jewish man is going to win because his people, though they are the minority, they turn out to vote. So they will take this election. I told them not over my black body, they got. Okay? We have never had such a thing because that district has been a percentage of Black Americans. And once we learned the process, just like how my Caribbean people
so many people talk about the boroughs, and I'm happy people from Far Rockaway.
Yes.
We never hear nothing about Far Rockaway.
And you ought to see what they're doing.
And I went out there and I was shocked. It's like they living in Jacksonville, somewhere on the beach, and that they live in the Black Americans are living out there like something.
That's right. We live by the beach and bay.
And beach and bay. Did you ever go out there Far Rockaway and see how they living?
Yeah, they got beach 36, beach 37, everything
I
is a
did
beach.
not know that Black Americans. I went there last summer and I was shocked. I wanted to move there.
And let's talk about this, brother. How many places in America
You never hear of Black Americans. I said, where is the Black American?
But listen, how can you live by the beach and the bay property on Section 8?
No.
Okay?
That's very true.
Now, you know, you cannot get no beach in the bay property in California or nowhere else on no Section 8.
There's a reason for that.
Yes.
You know,
Oh, yes, there is.
I know the reason.
Tell them the reason.
Yeah, you know, I know the reason. They know that water gonna rise, and they know when that water gonna rise.
They always get flooded out first.
Those Jesus up there on the hill, on Mount Sinai, right up there, Crown Heights on the higher hills. Okay, now you know I know the story. That water is Narcy. They put you down there, Narcy. They know it's gonna flood down there.
Yeah.
And you know how many black, and they know flood insurance.
But you remember?
Some poor black people.
Hurricane Sandy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The beach and the bay met.
It did y'all bad.
We had the worst.
Yeah.
But can I tell you something? You know God is good all the time.
Yeah.
Because I got to tell y'all, listen, y'all. Very few of our areas so seriously got that's destroyed as their area. Let me tell you this one.
It's really separation.
Yes, they're very racist. But Mama, let me tell you this one. Do you remember that y'all heard about the fires that happened when Hurricane Sandy happened? That there was a whole street of houses that burned out in Rockland?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened. You ready? That was the White Houses up the beach. What they had done was they cut the electricity off to us first. So we were in darkness. And they left the lights for the white folks. But then you know what happened when the water came, right? The water hit the business, and then all the houses burned down.
Lord, yeah, girl. Lord, girl. Hush your mouth.
Now, why did it burn down? Yes, it is. You ready? You ready, y'all? It is Googleable. Just Google it and yes, you will find out that a whole street of houses burned in Hurricane Sandy out in the Rockway, but it was all the way up in the well-to-do community. Because what had happened was they put the black people, Hispanic, and already, and Caribbean, because you know that you have to all broken down by percentage. They put us in the dark. We were in the. I was sitting watching TV, and all of a sudden, all the lights went off, and I was like, "What?" And then when we found out, we felt very bad until we found out what happened. And when the water came over and burned all the houses, and it touched our houses. So what happened? We didn't have no electricity.
I'm surprised they rebuild your house.
Yes.
That land, that's your land on that side.
Crazy. But everybody, this is all about 93.5 KingandQueen Radio. This is the Bomb Show. She's here live. We got our co-host tonight. It's very, very nice tonight. It's a very, very special night. All courtesy of the one and only MLK that go by Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. Doctor.
Yeah.
That doctorate. That doctorate. That brother is doctorate.
Yeah. We gotta put a doctor in front of his name.
Don't forget that Nobel Peace Prize.
All right, but Sister Lubach, I have a question to ask you. If you had one thing to change in this world, what would it be?
Now, I'll wait on that one because you come too quick on me. I don't want to see the wrong hang up with it. You let just pass that over and give me some music. Put us some music on understand. All right.
Because you know, Queen.
Oh, yes, yes. She's going to say something she's going to say.
There are some signs in life. Sometimes you may not know. Money tempted for DJ Flyboy. You're gone away. Hold up your head, my brothers. Be conscious, my sisters. In my words, you should surely be paid. And then the man will be happy. The one who's up to type. The one who's high, the looks up low. And remember this, the man who will be happy. The one who's got to type. Maybe some of the he don't know.
Well, we don't know this go from here on forward. Come to you, and what them give me for. Let them care about anything, no more. Rest of jar, you will be over. As it's the war. Well, we don't know this go from here on forward. Come to you, and what them searching for. Let them care about anything, no more. You will be over. I will not know this massive voice move down. Age of love, see you, they are so long. Next reason for a right black woman, that's with you. You go and them give you fire. The dream from we born Babylon. Dedicated to Britain and United Nations. We know what I'm going to repatriation. We free up every Britain or a revolution. Season of the eye, heart, I keep higher than your body and the soldiers of your body station. Babylon, I need to cry. Don't give from us, you want them to make all. Let them know your body, you take no more.
All the people clear, the people in the world keep forgetting them fast and them on astray.
Some men on them every day. That they no love and serious at the top and never fail. Positively claim the people in the world and you see them top class. Never fail. Danger actually there. You told you go back and you are slave. In a rock me and the youth and try one away. Majesty make way. Yeah. So if you see them news I'm turning to the earth, we have to try the things that I see by. Yeah. You miss one away. Happy trying to turn away. Yeah. Them send 50, 60, 70 days and you slew them off his face and one day. Well,
All right. Whoa. I know you're feeling good out there, folks. You're listening to King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, SisterDivine.com on WVIP 93.5 FM. And we got Queen Makeda in the house as my host tonight, and she is fantastic. Of course, we got our DJ Flatboy, my host, and we got
Pick him up. Thank you very much.
and he is down with the vibe. He is vibing it.
Thank you very much.
So you know what, folks? I want to ask Queen Makeda something because join us every Monday night, folks. King and Queen Radio on WVIP from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. because we usually have a DJ from 1 to 2, from 12 to 1. So, folks, we love you all. Don't forget to call Sister the Bum tonight. Any problems you're having in your life is especially with the Martha Luther King. A little respect here. The telephone number to call me daily is 718-253-7273. Again, that's 718-253-7273. And just come visit me after 12 o'clock, 1752 Flatbush Avenue. You can go back and see this live on King and Queen Radio / BrooklynStation.com. You can see it live. You just simply go on King and Queen Radio. You see this show live. BrooklynStation.com. Just scroll down the page. It should be live there. Again, I want to thank Queen Makeda for coming in. But I got something for my DJ. Because I know Queen Makeda know. But I'm going to see how West Indian, I'm going to see how Black American he is.
Okay.
Being in this American country. Do he have any American roots? Is he really keeping up with us Black Americans here? So this now a test on you. Let's see. The test is, what is the Black nationality, Black national song? You know it. Don't tell me.
Black nationality song.
You know the black.
Don't tell him.
I'm not gonna tell him. The black national anthem.
Black national anthem.
Most West Indians don't know it.
Really?
No.
Oh,
I have that problem all the time. And I'm
Hold on. It's not a gospel song.
Nope. No.
Dang, Sister Dubai, you going since I'm throwing you a curveball, now you want to throw me a curveball. Huh? Okay, now we 1 for 1. You got me.
You know the song. As soon as she tells you the song, you're gonna be so mad.
No, I'm gonna let you tell it.
You ready?
Nah, you got it.
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Lift every voice
And
And we want you to pull that up and put it on because we deserve that tonight. That's right, like America. That's why I love my song. I love my sister. Because she always gave my Caribbean family a hand. Yes, but I want to tell my audience, my family, however, fell into dysfunctionalism as a lot of families do in America, and I ended up in foster care. But the woman that took me out of foster care was a Black American. She does not label herself as first generation. She just says, I'm Black American with Caribbean family. And I could not become her child because back then they didn't even give single Black women, whether they were professional or not, children. So my 2 Caribbean grandparents, her parents, had to sign on to my BCW case. So I was actually taken into foster care by Thelma Delmore Villa, Florence Delmore, and Leo Delmore. And Leo Delmore, for those of you out there, like, Queen just don't like us. He was part Chinese and part Black. God. So Yahweh, for all of those that think I don't love my people, y'all don't know me. Most people don't know me.
And I have to commend you for the folks out there in foster home. I was talking about that today.
Yes.
I say, you see so many beautiful girls out there in prostitution.
Right.
People forget sometimes they brought up in foster home. They
That's
didn't
right.
have no real structured
That's
pattern. And a lot of the gay boys out there and stuff, they didn't have fathers. They was brought up in foster home. So the only way they know is to survive. So before you look at a person, ooh, they're so beautiful. Ooh, why are they doing this and doing that? Think it could come from a foster home.
That's right. They could have gone to a very bad
And I
experience.
tell you, but they're beautiful people.
So that's why I want to say,
And they get very well educated.
yeah, that's why I didn't say, because I come from a Southern family, which education is very important. So I was blessed to enter a Caribbean family that education was also very important.
Oh, that is wonderful.
So I was blessed. I moved, and I was never what they call this poor, because we know poverty.
Yes,
I can remember if I saw a rat running, or I can remember if I saw holes in my wall. I remember the child with nice furniture, everything. I want everyone to know that when I was taken from the foster home, a shelter into my foster home, I literally was a fairy tale story. I moved from an orphanage to my own bedroom with a finished basement.
Oh,
Yes, we do. Right? That's why I do not be mad at my Caribbean family, because they work there behind us.
When you come into this country, you
Yes.
want to be somebody. You
That's
don't want to come from where you at and live the same way. But the only thing with the Caribbeans here, once they get a little stability, they usually turn against their own kind. And that's
It is.
that is very
If
sad.
those three Caribbean people those two Caribbean and their daughter had not taken compassion on me, we don't. I'm sure I would be queen, but maybe queen with more issues. I am issueless. Because my foster parents ain't do nothing to me but TV.
You're
Take care of
blessed.
me.
You're blessed.
And they make
And
sure
we
I
want
have.
to give a shout out to all the foster care,
Yes.
foster people out there.
Yes.
And so many people in jail, unfortunately. We
Yes.
love jail people. I always
Yes.
shout out.
Yes,
to them.
yes.
Because there's a lot of innocent,
I visit.
a lot of innocent people in jail, and they know nothing else.
That's right.
Because they brought up in foster home, and a lot of them just feel they're at home.
Yeah.
And that's why they need institutions that show them there's a different way. Just because you didn't have a mother and father who was brought up from baby in foster homes and stuff, you don't have to continue the system.
That's right.
Because they some kind of way school you to continue it.
That's right. And I
How
thank
do
you
you
for
break that? How do they break that chain? Because there's so many of them in jail, and they feel comfortable going back.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Mama. We really need to make an alternative society. We really do, as Black people, need to come together. We start with one house and begin to put people, families in these places and work in these communities. We really gotta do all. When you say how do we break it? Because nobody wants to rent to people coming out of jail. They
But
actually
we're starting to make a law where you have to give people jobs.
yeah. But I'm just still saying, there's that struggle. So we need to create. We can do it, Mommy. We can do it. Let me tell you something that goes out there. If we spend one day just not shopping, you will see how much money we add to this economy. And if we could just get $1, I'm so serious, man.
Well, you know what I do? I do something, and I was going to say that to the community. I got to pay every day. If I got 100 pennies, I throw them on the street.
Well,
And I actually watch people come by and pick them up, and I feel so happy. I said, everybody just take some pennies and throw on the street every day. You imagine how many people you could be feeding.
and let me tell you, you're not lying, because
I throw pennies in front of the door every day, maybe about 100 pennies.
but I'm going to tell you that every time I see a penny, Yahweh gave me, see a penny, though it's less, pick it up and you'll be blessed. Because to pick up a penny is humble. For people to watch you with a fur coat, go pick up a penny, dirty in the ground. But man, the bomb, I have not needed any money. I have not needed since he gave me that. Give it to you, right? See a penny, though it's less, pick it up and you'll be blessed.
All right.
Because it takes humility.
Okay.
You should tell me something there.
All right. I totally understand what y'all saying right here with the penny situation. But the society right now, like Sister Devon said, you know, 100 pennies on the floor. There's a young brother like me that's gonna walk past that like, I'm not picking this up.
That's where you're gonna miss
That's
your
where you're gonna
blessing.
miss your blessing. Because and whoever that walk past the door every day, they pick up them 100 pennies, they get $1 a day.
That's right.
Okay, but now remember, I don't want to. All right, well, everybody know where the station at, but remember, there's a lot of Jews over here, so they gonna pick it up.
And let me tell you why. And I'll tell you why. My brother, listen to what he gave, what my father gave me. See a penny.
Yeah.
Though it's blessed, pick it up, and you'll be blessed. Bro, it takes humility to be in a fur coat and stop
And pick up a
pick up a penny.
That's true.
I'll tell you what happens, bro.
God see that.
He gave me thousands. I'm building communities in Africa right now.
All right.
All based on picking up
The penny. All right. I understand
That's
what
all
you're
I'm
saying.
saying for you. Okay?
My kid, you better pass by my door every day.
That's the way.
No, I was going back to my door every day now. I was sitting out there picking up all the 100 pennies.
Imagine if everybody do that.
That's right.
They those
Yeah.
parents instead of just throwing them in the
That's
house,
$35 a
throwing
month.
them on the street, and you would feed somebody every day.
Yeah.
That is $420 a year. Thank you, Madam Devon. I will be here every day. Boy,
Since I'm gonna beat you to the punch, I'm gonna be there earlier.
we hope the audience is falling in love with this show. You ready? This is grassroots. And out of this, I'm going to tell you, faith, I believe and know that Yahweh is going to allow the movement of the Holy Spirit to bring blessings to this place, because we're going to build something collectively here together. Madam DeBong and the team, we're going to show what one love is.
Yes,
Because one love
one
is one love.
You should expound on that, because a lot of people don't know what isness. What one love is an isness. You gotta get into that isness of it.
Okay, so folks, you're listening to King and Queen Radio. I hope you're having a good time. Do let your friends know about the show every Monday night. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can write me at AfricanReader@AOL.com. That's AfricanReader@AOL. The King and Queen Radio @gmail.com. Or simply call me 718-253-7273. If you need spiritual work done, anything to talk about concerning your personal life or what's going on with you, you can call me Sister DeBong. That's 718-253-7273. I'd like to give a shout out there to Sir. I'd like to give a shout out there to Sincere and all the rest out there who may be incarcerated or somewhere right now listening to us, all the elders, the policemen, the lawyers, the businessmen, and who else you want to shout out?
I want to shout out my 22-year-old daughter, Shakara.
Big up to you,
She
Shakara.
just formed her own organization called the Hustlers Club.
Ooh, I like that.
And what she does is she mentors young black and brown girls.
Wow.
And they become ambassadors in their own communities.
Wow.
And they build business and all different kind of things. And I want to.
Is the way you can get in touch with people?
Yes, she's ready. www.the Hustler, HUSTLA Club.
Hustler.
Hustler.
Don't put hustler, folks, because you may find up
Yeah.
somewhere.
Like hustler. It's hustler.
So I want to tomorrow, actually at 12 o'clock, she turns 23.
Oh, God bless her. Happy birthday to you.
That's what I want to tell
Coming
you.
from King and Queen. And shout out there to all the Aquarius folks out there. That's right.
That's Capricorn.
She Capricorn?
January 20, she's January 19th. That's she's Capricorn.
That's right.
And the 21st. 22nd. So you do the 20, some do the 21st, some do the 22nd.
Shout out there to Capricorn.
There you go.
They business people.
Yo.
Business people. And Very stubborn.
Honey, who you telling?
Honey,
Honey, money.
I'm telling you, honey. They
Yeah,
got
we
money.
know it.
Oh yeah, they're still on top of it.
Yes.
And I had.
They some authoritarian.
Yes, they are. They are on point.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I need a Capricorn
Don't mess with
right
that
to help me.
I know you do.
Because Capricorns go make business.
They do.
And they stay into what they do.
They stay focused.
They make it happen. All right, we're gonna take it back to the DJ and let him do his thing.
That everybody, don't forget, it's Martin Luther King Day today. Dr. Martin Luther King Day today, and we have two, Sister Dubong and Sister Queen Michaela. They here tonight. K-Dot.
Yes.
Make sure you put that dot in it.
It actually means protectorate of the soul. That's
Oh,
what
protected of the soul. I love that.
Oh, I love that.
Protectorate of the soul.
But it's all at 93.5 Kings and Queen Radio each and every Monday right here from 9 to 12. And this is how we're doing it right now for Dr. Martin Luther King birthday today.
Oh, to Zion, I got it much now. Rush and look again.
Dr. Martin King did it for us.
On to Zion we go. I can't go slow more. Cross the bar and praise. We're born ever green grass grows. On to Zion we go. I can't go slow more. Repatriation is a must. We're born where we're blessed in slow. All together righteousness, leaving this land of sinfulness, to where righteousness cover the earth, like water cover just leading. Like water.
Somebody just texted me, right? They say DJ Flyboy.
Oh, yes.
Since y'all doing the show like this, right? Please play me this song right here.
Y'all seduce finale. Because we don't use warriors and burn down bandits. All I get is
I asked them why they want to hear this song. So when I listen to the words, hear the words right now.
I have no idea. Don't teach me anything wrong. Who do I just save me from my oppression? They have no idea. It's just coming up, Miss. I got a place, so in the place. I have no idea. Don't teach me anything wrong. Who do I just save me from white man oppression? I have no idea. It's just coming up, Miss. Even when I got a place, so in the place. I want what is right, only way. So when I say news, yes, the thing is designed to be strong from the truth, but it will come to pass. I know not only youth, in the process of time, we will know the truth. We will wait to make this slavery. It has been follow on in the black community. In the language, I am trying to see we want to see. But we not gonna make to destroy the love with the luxury. That's why. I'm getting harder. Still be fighting for better. And we're not gonna stop it, we'll start to keep on and we get justice. Cause if you lose your stand, anyone will try to push you over and over. Lift up your head and hold it up high. We know that we're in the right. Christ in his kingly character. 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 One look at the man say Rasta. Who goes, it must be Jaja.
Queen Michaela. Well, let's get into the biblical part.
I knew you were coming.
You knew I was coming with the
Suit of me. Yeah.
Now, tell us, which is the true words, the true scripts, maybe transcripts, maybe how
Okay. Yes.
okay. What is the true writing that we should follow?
Okay. So you're gonna love this.
And because the Bible, just tell us.
I'm gonna tell you. Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna love this. The true writings are the writings that are recorded in Hebrew. You can actually, once again, Google this. They will tell you that Hebrew.
Now, it wasn't Aramaic.
Aramaic and Hebrew is the same thing.
Okay.
Let me. Yeah, thank you. Ready?
Okay.
So let's first say to our audience, do not think of the glyphs, the so-called Hebrew writing. They call it modern block. That's how come you're questioning.
Mhm.
Because you see that modern block Hebrew,
Mhm.
some things that look like the dots and
Mhm.
stuff.
Mhm.
That is not what Moses wrote. You've seen the ancient. The ancient Hebrew looks like chicken scratch.
Mhm. Yes,
Okay?
you do.
You got it?
Mhm.
Okay, this is what I was taught from a child. It's called Harper Awasa. Okay? Because the people that speak what the Yiddish speak,
Mhm.
they say we are learning Ivrit. You can't be learning Ivrit. Why? Because there's no V in the ancient Hebrew language. We don't have a V. The Yiddish have it because the Europeans do not have the pronouncing Polish. They don't have the pronouncing. That's why they say water. They don't say water. They don't have. That's why it's important to learn linguistics. Because then you'll understand, well, if you don't have a W, how could you originally be the people? Because the W is in the original language, not a V.
Mhm.
Okay? So what I'm saying is, the ancient glyphs is what you call Aramaic.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
That's, yeah. Okay? So I'm using the word Hebrew because even though the Yiddish man uses those modern block things, they're still based on the ancient alphabet. Ah, ba, ga, da. They're not new letters
Mhm.
other than the B, okay? So I say that because this is going to make you feel good. Because a lot of the listening audience love the Old Testament.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what I say to my people, please understand you are looking at an English European interpretation of an ancient African language. So I'm going to give you an example.
Now, did our Africans, because they had to travel from, it's a little confusing
Go
to
ahead.
me.
Go
Let
ahead.
me just ask you this.
Yeah.
Now, this part where we had America, this was considered Africa back way back.
Oh, we're talking about way back when it was one land.
Okay, one land.
Okay.
Okay, now, okay, we gonna finish
Since
that.
that, right.
How did our black people get to that other Africa that it is today known as Africa, Nigeria, Benin, and all those places?
Okay, ready? So,
With that language,
right,
you see, that's where I'm confused.
I'm going to tell you because what is in Africa, North Africa, are the pyramids.
Okay, so they had come from North Africa and traveling to the other regions of Africa, like Nigeria and those places.
Okay, now you ready? You do know before they came to North Africa, you do know the city that was proclaimed was in Mesopotamia.
Yes, I do. I heard that.
So they went actually from Mesopotamia coming into Africa. Because all of that in the ancient day was one land. See,
I understand it now. With that through chapter,
right,
evolution changes, lands broke off, floods came through and separated us. Okay, so the language would stay with the people no matter who survived.
Thank you. And now you know how we got over here.
So you helped a lot of people with telling that.
That's right. Because the most oldest ancient is hieroglyphics and cuneiform.
Okay, so that would have went with the people who survived.
And that's how come there are pyramids on this side of the world that looks exactly
now that place that sink near Greece.
Right.
That was Atlantis.
Right.
Did anybody survive from there?
Nobody survived Atlantis.
Anyone that survived Atlantis, I
You
don't
know,
want
the Greeks, some of the Greeks, and that's where we get our scientists and everything from that.
Okay, the scientists, okay, the Greeks ain't had nothing.
They
We
didn't.
had it, okay? We
So
had
where did the Greeks there?
Okay, so what happened? I know what you're saying. You're saying equivocated. If you're saying the original peoples were all black, then it would mean that the people that inhabited
In Greece.
the land was called in Greece.
Okay.
Because it wasn't called Greece then.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, I got you.
Okay.
So as new inhabitants came in, they pushed their others and killed them all.
That's right. There's a reason why.
And they come in, bury the whole history, and then it becomes something else.
That's right. There's a reason why. There's a reason why over the cross, the Messiah's name was written in Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. There's a reason why. This is the reason you're saying. You're saying if you say that it was only black, then originally all these lands had to have been black. So then the original Greeks, and you know you're telling truth. Ready? That's why any of the ancient Greek artifacts, what color are the people? Black is white.
That's right.
But they tell you, oh no, that doesn't fit the people. Let me tell you, they fooled me with the Egyptians. They told me that the Egyptians had only put black skin, black color on the skin because of the spirits in it. This is my neighbor, so I had to run over like you have to go through,
never heard that.
you have to go through the white supremacists and what they come up with. So I was young, I was 21. So I did it. Now, of course, I'm 62, and I go, they can't even take the sun in America. How could I believe that the only reason they were paid the ground?
You got to a great topic there because back there a couple of years ago, the Egyptians were saying these people trying to come back and take our land.
Okay, ready?
Did you hear that?
What happened is Nazer. This is also Googleable and on the world record. Nazer did not have a problem establishing the state of Israel. My brother, please Google this. Nazer gave a speech at the UN. He said, the problem with this is you left here black and you came back white. This was Nazer's problem with establishing the country of Israel. He had on the world record. I have no problem.
You left here black.
You left here black. You say you're the children of Israel. This is what Nazer said. You left here black, and you're coming back white, claiming his heritage. That's what he. And this
Well, you're going back to our America here that took our black and turned them into white. And so we can't just go back to Africa because they left. But there's black, they come as another color. Is that why the Africans don't accept us?
Okay, well, the Africans don't want to accept us as a jealous. Because we are obviously, let me tell you something. You put a prison on my own damn land. The reason why they got the Caribbean African and they got the Black American African because we did not know the territory. There is no way that we don't imprison us on our own land. Okay, so they know that name. Guess what? For selling us into slavery, Yahweh made their slavery the longest before they came today. Okay, the Black American, whether people like it or not, Yahweh had mercy for some reason. That's how come everybody able to come here and flourish because of what the Black American was given out of slavery, his trouble, But what I'm saying to you,
isn't it a point where maybe Yahweh want everybody to unite in this fruitful land right here? Then you have the message that this is your new Israel. Because if you look at Washington D.C., everything is built around the pyramid.
Okay, now, okay, let me just say something. Right, I just want to say something because I'm hearing you. Okay. I'm hearing. I actually remember already a book that had the New Jerusalem and had USA.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the land of Jezebel. Okay, Yahweh is about to blow this up.
So they mimicked, in other words, replicate a lot of things out of Egypt.
There you go.
In America, around Washington, and you would think in Egypt they got a lot of They got a lot of
She's talking about the monuments and all these things. And it's true. Guess what? You ready? They built some of these things because the one in Washington is not a real one. The white folks built that one. The real obelisk, that's not an obelisk in Egypt. That's an obelisk they made. But the one that is in Central Park is one in Central Park. The Cleopatra is actually in another place. But the one in Washington is not an Egyptian obelisk. That's an American built one. Okay? But what I want to say to you, America has so many artifacts of our ancestors. So you are correct. They built Washington on the basis of it.
Because you know this can be our new home. Because so many of our people are here in one place.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
you see, when you're going back to Israel, that's just a set of people going back. Everything is already in one land.
Right.
So do you think that virus to play a part? Do you think it can wipe out certain people and keep certain people directly here, and this could be the whole land?
Okay, so what I want to tell you, this will never be the whole land. This is a piece of pagan nothing that God was about to destroy. What I'm saying, I'm serious. When I say that to you, I'm going back. Ready? Monuments.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? And there is no authentic pyramid here, which is that you know.
So you're saying we would have to go back to Egypt?
Right. Not so much Egypt, just our continent. Period. And now, ready? Egypt, Assyria, Israel. Those three must come back home. Yes,
they must go back.
Those three are going to have to come back. Egypt, my people. Assyria. A lot of people say, Assyria. Okay. Have you ever managed a machete?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, ready? You remember that? Ready? He also hosted my Uncle War ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
I actually brought the three houses together. Egypt, Israel, and Assyria. In the Uncle War ceremony that was held after I got crowned queen. So what I'm going to say, when you think of who's Assyria, if you knew about that group, Shechem, you know, they had the East and tie-dye clothes, and you would go there and all that would be Assyria. Okay? Because Assyria, that you know in history, that's that beautiful place with the black man, the blue gate. Mama, I just be standing there looking at him.
But what are we going to do now when you keep us not knowing none of this knowledge? Do you think this going to be fairy tale later on? This going to get lost?
No, can I say
that? Again, back to America.
Okay, wait.
Everybody will have to leave America because the country, America, is already got the gifts for.
And I'll tell you that
hip hop has destroyed the country.
Yeah, but the only person who leave is the one that really loves him. But I want
the yeah. So y'all really gonna take his
Malachi.
America destroyed the culture. America destroyed the culture because I'm going to tell you honestly, America is built on making money look evil. And you can look at it yourself. Look up on Google how to worship money, how to serve money. You will not get an accurate article on Google about how to worship money because America is built on making money look evil.
So we know it's not the money, it is the love of money that is evil. Money, according to our King David, he said, a feast is made for laughter, wine makes merry, but money answers all things.
Yes, it does.
So he knew
that
money answers. But people worship money.
I know some churches they go there. Yes, they actually worship money. You go in there with money, but money don't know how to do it. I wish I could have somebody come out of my money tree up there. I wish I could turn it.
So it's the love of money because of the fact that, and I can tell you this is true. If you really have a connection, this is why I'm going to be next with you. Because on 121, something really happened. Okay, was it 121? No, it was 1221. When that with the junction,
that's what Satan showed himself.
Okay, well, that's showed himself, right?
That's Lucifer. Okay, I know
all that. Guess what happened? With that happens every 800 years.
Yes,
and with that, changes come. See, look at this. Whether you want to or not, folks. It's a vibration, what y'all call it, the higher power, or whatever the heck you call it, the universe calling, Yahweh has made sure the alignment of the planet, ready, has given his children. So I'm going to tell you all right now. I'm already a God with more than 10 arms. Forget the 10 arms, I got more than that. And you've got to understand about the body. When I can sit here on a throne and make $101 million happen in Kenya, when I can sit here and make things happen all the way across the water, that's when the major arms go. See, that's what the Indian people got with the world. They too. Okay? But at the end of the day, it ain't about that. What those things were showing, it was showing the power of God.
Yes,
And guess what? God is one Sheba. Okay? It wasn't a one woman. It was people, a whole people. So I want to know, somebody down here is going to be able to make the sun and the moon stand still. Somebody down here is going to be able to split the Red Sea. Somebody down here is going to be able to hold.
But wait a minute now. You puzzle me. Where did Red Sea at?
Okay, wait now. The Red Sea. Okay. I was trying to figure out.
Because you actually are going. You have to really know.
I know.
This new world. They were
only what I'm saying. So only what I'm saying is, you are going to see Yahweh's children. And it's not all the children that can do this. It is the ones he has chosen and anointed, and they will have the power to do what they need to do.
Okay.
This is why that whole conversation.
I believe that. I believe that.
So you know, first of all, you know that.
I know that.
You know that. I know it because I know how much patience she's having. She's been trying to get me here, but and all I gotta do is just call it like, we're not gonna do this. You know what's going on. I know. We talk about this. You know what's going on. You know what y'all was doing. She's like, all right, I'm gonna make it this time. Y'all are gonna determine. Because even as I sat here with you, and I know parts of my family, I'm part of that family, be happy. Because until I actually sat here on this couch, y'all reminded me. There's a reason why I had those Caribbeans take you in. So I might be, and I am.
Well, because you got to reach out to the Caribbeans and make them understand at what job, which you now you make them understand is Yahweh.
Yes.
You understand? Because a lot of them do not understand that they are making socialized job with Salah.
Right. No.
So you talk the difference.
This is ready. This is the word hallelujah.
Okay.
Because hallelujah does not mean you praise the Lord. No, it doesn't. It means you praise Yahweh.
So hallelujah. Yeah.
And there it goes. It's not hallelujah. It's hallelujah. Everybody knows it's hallelujah. That is Yahweh. That is the short form. You know, before
so if you learn something, so you say hallelujah,
you already praise him.
You already praise him.
You is not. Let me tell you something about my dad. Let me tell you about my dad. He holds all souls, no matter what color you is. Your soul belongs to my dad. And let me tell you about Yahweh. He gonna get his props. So I don't care what religion you in. What's the highest form of praise? Hallelujah, hallelujah. You don't got that in Arabic. You don't got it in Arabic, but it still comes out. Hallelujah.
And amen, let them know what that means.
That's what it is.
So
in other words,
amen is calling on a God.
Yes, it is. And guess what? Okay. Once again, we talking Kevin. That's what I'm saying.
People don't know that amen when they're talking to a God.
They're talking about a man. There you go. The way they use it, they say A-M-O-N, A-M-U-N, A-M-E-N. But amen is the Kemetic. Egypt, my people. I mean, Yahweh don't play with Egypt. Okay? Egypt, my people. Amen was the hidden one.
The whole proverb is built on Egypt.
If you read in Revelations, it lets you know that Yahweh is the hidden one. So it's all of these things to let us know that our ancestors. Do you know what it must have been like when they finally got that stone and was able to translate our language? And they saw, ready?
You know it. I was saying, you know where that stone at.
Well, I'm saying, you know
where that stone at.
I'm going to say something, but on this pyramid wall, what they read, in the beginning was God. They couldn't believe it. Because first of all, they're going to go against artwork. But then when they found that stone that they could get the language of Greek and Egyptian, they were able to translate. So when they went back to the pyramids now, do you know what it's like to look at something that they're messing between 3,000 and 10,000 years old, and the first line is, in the beginning was God. And then carry the word is NTR, Neter. NTR, which means divinity God. And in our ancestors, we have known the Creator from the beginning.
Well, Michaela, I am so impressed you have made it even for a lot of people here, and I hope everybody out there, this we're not trying to change it. This is coming from Michaela, and by any way or any form, we try to change it. She's giving you knowledge. Okay, so understand the knowledge that you hear. Share is caring, she said. So understand we are not trying to change your way of thinking by any means anyway. If it's meant for you, you have learned some knowledge tonight to carry you on through and to learn about Yahweh. And is there any place you can tell them where they can contact you or contact if you got anything
If
set
you have anything, audience, call me at the line and ask her to invite me back.
Yes.
Because I don't even see the vision. There is something that's supposed to come out between me and you.
Yes. I
You
know that.
always make me go back, which is Sankofa. You always make me Sankofa.
Mhm.
And Sankofa is not just the process of remembering. It is the process of remembering and being.
Yes.
Once you remember, be that.
Well, see, you're a being and you are here for a purpose.
Right.
But not everybody will be able to understand your purpose. They have to be in tune in with the spirit of Yahweh
There you go.
and to be ready to receive that blessing that He got for them.
And that, people, is what this is all about. There are some children that Yahweh wants to bring back home. And that's Madam DeBarge.
So they don't have any churches right now.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, real Hebrew Israelites don't have churches.
No,
Real Hebrew, guess what?
what you call it, a whole.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
No, really, we don't have. Listen to me. It took our people 440 years to get our first building. We actually worship in the house.
That's the right way.
That's the way.
The corner of the house.
You cannot go to Yahweh. I'm talking about Yahweh. I'm not talking about these Israelites here calling them.
No, you
I'm
go
talking about
to
the
the
real.
corner and serve
There you
food
go.
and eat it.
That's what you do.
That is the real way
What did it say?
of eating. We want to call it no religion because it's not
Culture.
really culture.
Because this is what Abraham did. You're still debating that God has a body and come down. But guess what?
This week I invite you to come here, and the next week you go there and different members. That is a very organized thing. If you can get people nowadays to follow orders.
So this is why it's no place that anyone can come and see Queen to talk because that's not what we do. So that's
Okay.
why I said we got to do this together.
All right.
We're gonna build something, and this, and anyone listening, the building, Madam DeBarge and I want houses of people. We don't want no churches. We want real estate that's going to benefit the community.
Yeah,
Business.
and
Restaurant.
you get a lot in the community.
What? I go to 50 school and
And
see
you
downtown.
you invited us there.
Yes. Madam DeBarge came. She definitely came when they were trying to close my school. Remember, Madam?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, they didn't get to close that school. And that lady ain't got her job.
You worked a lot with these schools and children and such. And God bless you and continue with Yahweh bless you and continue the blessing
Yes,
that
ma'am.
He gives you to be able to continue your work. You're going to live a long time.
Mama, you know I used that many technical I said you have been found wanting in the balances. Your kingdom is gone.
All right, we have to get ready to close up. Here, the DJ gonna close us off for tonight. Folks, don't forget to call me Sister Bob at 718-253-7273. Did you play that national anthem?
Yes.
Okay, all right, there we go. And if you'd like to advertise on this program, call me 718-253-7273. 7273. Again, that's 718-253-7273. And like the city Sister Devon, you get some spiritual help. No matter what you're going through, what problems or whatever you're having difficulties in, I'm here to help you this week for love money. Even if you want to keep your loved one and keep life, call me 718-253-7273. And happy Martin Luther King. Dr. Martin Luther King. And folks do celebrate, okay, because that's our holiday.
Amen.
And that's for everybody.
That's our ancestors.
Everybody, he fought for equality. So we want every race to celebrate with us and make us see that you recognize who we are.
There you go.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Mama Africa, Mama Africa, I'm going on, hello, Mama Africa, oh, you, I'm feeling fine, and I hope you're fine. Hello, Mama Africa, oh, your grace.
Today's time, and I'm most of the time. And the feeling plays back. So low. I keep working my way back. But I'm Jamaican boy, you born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between the shores. And the next time it ain't home, you got home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself. You know one day. And no one heard that all night. Yeah, I am. And I just lost it. I can't even say why. Yeah.
I want to say a shout out to everybody listening out there too tonight. All you folks out there, PA Wise, love you, girl. Shout out going out there to so many people out there in Vegas. Annie, shout out there to you. We love you, girl, out in Colorado Springs. Big up to each and everybody, Stephanie, everybody who is Sophia, everybody everywhere. Thank you again. And Flyboy, we got Tony Dance, and we got Queen Makeda and her granddaughter. God bless you all. Stay tuned for Tony Dance coming up next.
I don't want to talk to represent the yeah. Then I tell them to protect the life. This is good that you are living securely. My father's God in a big bar. When I'm the one of the world, you just can't give it life. Show them a picture of the last year. Then I tell them to protect the life. You don't see man a Asian man with me that I put me from party. Don't in the ghetto we no touch at a party. And the rock your man and party and a pass. Go in me man see. Party is the devil is a lie. In the streets get tonight. And the youth that get so cold. Crushing from food from a fight. Let the way the people like ya. In the streets get tonight. And the youth that get so cold. Crushing from food from a fight. Let the way the people like ya. Got to make preparations, bro. You want to read, you want to solve. If education is free, but tell me why the people are making so expensive for me. Give that to me. One of these Sundays, there won't be no animation. One of these days, the people from one of these Sundays, there won't be no combination. One of these days, we're gonna meet again. The people from the culture. I'm crazy all night now. There are obstacles in my way. You okay? You want some water or something? Okay, thank you. You want to swim in? Thank you, baby.
Yes, folks, I'm hitting it with the Black National Anthem. And we want to thank all our ancestors and everybody who made it possible for us to still be here in America now through the suffering. And happy Martin Luther King's Day from King and Queen Radio and from the staff. We love you all, King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com. Again, thank you folks for enjoying Dr. Martin Luther King Day with us. Well, You're listening not to Tony Dance until 1 a.m. Enjoy, folks. All who are on King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, go ahead now and listen to Tony Dance.